Hey everybody, how's it going today? Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Memorial Weekend. If I get this out in time, you'll be watching on Memorial Weekend. If not, hey, happy Memorial Weekend. Got a little dilemma, so I'm gonna make a screen box, and the reason being is, see all this, it's called number 57, and what we did is when we was pouring the concrete for the driveway, and also we built the house on a slab, and so that 57, once the topsoil was off, they put the 57 down, then framed foundation for the house, and same with the driveway, and then poured the cement on top of it. Well, since we had leftover number 57, we decided to go ahead and landscape with it. And so now what happens is when we're down here to the bottom of it and I'm shoveling it into the wheelbarrow, I'm getting a lot of dirt in each shovel because of that. So what I want to do is make a screen so I can set that up and shovel it on the screen and sift out the dirt from the stone, so I don't have a lot of dirt in my my landscaping. So I think I showed you before, you know, we laid these brick and did the landscaping and all that. So that's, I don't want a lot of dirt in there. And I tell you what, we have got a ton of rain. Oh man. Also, what I want to do with it is in the yard I have a couple low spots, and over where you see the hostas way over there, that is a pretty good sized little topsoil, and I need to fill in a couple low spots, and I want to screen that as well. So if I make this screen box, I can use that. And as you can see right here, I have a low dip, so I can smooth that out so it doesn't collect water right here. And so I want to do that as well with my my box I'm gonna make to screen some of that stuff. So hey, it's a sunny day right now, but more rain coming, but that's all right. I ain't got to deal with snow no more up at, like they do in Michigan. So let's go ahead and see if we can get to work on this thing. All right. I'm going to make this thing 4 foot long. I'm not going to go ahead and get my miter saw out. And the reason being is I only got a few cuts on this, so I don't need to get that miter saw out for just a few cuts. So we'll go ahead and do this up. Man, that looks crooked. This is a 1/4 by 1/4 screen, kind of sharp where it was cut from the factory. But what I'm thinking is I just have some small screws with a little head on them, so I'll just put that across it to hold it until I'm ready. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I think what I'm going to do, I got some of these tobacco stakes. I'm going to fasten these onto the top of this, just so it helps to hold that screen in place, so it just ain't those small screws holding it. So how these tobacco stakes work, the way I understand, they're sharpened on one end and sometimes on both. But what they do is they jab these in the ground. Then as they cut the leaves out in the field off the tobacco, they jab the leaf over this and run them all the way down. And I don't know how many they got on here. Well, then they'd take them to the tobacco barn, which we got one up the road. And then they would hang them from these sticks to dry. Hard to say how many people actually put their hands over the years on this stick and how many tobacco leaves it dried out over the years. Pretty amazing. There. I think that's a good enough angle. Let's go try it out and see what happens. So it is going to work. We've gotten 4 inches of rain in the last 2 days. So as far as transporting, I should be able to run it over to my dirt pile like this. Is when this is drier, it's gonna, come right down it a lot better than what it is right now. So all I'm doing is I'm about to get sifted sand, so when I go out there to do some planting, now there's some sand mixing in or some topsoil. I'll use topsoil, but it is no clumps, no nothing, and so when I fill in stuff, it's going to be excellent. This didn't take too long to build because I still got my toothpick. I'd say probably an hour. So the two sides are 48 inches. Both ends are 21 inches. That way this screen is 2 foot wide and it comes right out, close to the edge. And then I just put these tobacco sticks on there, to help hold it. On this end, I did not put nothing, so that way stone and stuff can just roll right off it and go. But I could, let me show you this. I could set this, my legs were 54 inches, and the reason I did that is so when I'm doing stone, I can put it right there and the stone will run in, the dirt won't. I could cut this down and make it a little flatter if I wanted. If I'm going to do dirt, I could set it on top like that and let it screen through it. So, like I say, it ain't working the best just because of how much, see there's a stick, which is good, grass. It ain't working that good just because you can see that that's clumping. It's just so darn wet. But I might, hey, why don't you hang on, we'll go look at that tobacco barn. It's just a mile away, not even that on the way in here. So here is this tobacco barn. And I'll be honest with you, this thing's got to be close to 300 foot long. 250 at least, probably 80 foot wide, 60. But anyway, I had never seen anything like this being up north, and a lot of my viewers are obviously from the north, but down here in Tennessee, me and Brenda, when we first went past this, my thought was, why in the world is something so tall, and why didn't they put metal, which we call steel, on it on the outside? So that was our first impression until the neighbors told us it's a tobacco barn. So let's go in it. All right, you can see that this thing's fairly long. The farmer now uses it to park some of his farm equipment under here. I think the neighbor said the last time that they put up tobacco was a few years ago. It's just that tobacco doesn't pay as much as it used to, and plus can't get people to work, I'm assuming. But basically it's just because it just, can't find the labor, and tobacco's so cheap, or so, yeah, it ain't in the demand like it used to be. Probably with the vaping, people are doing more of that. So this is it. Like I say, pretty amazing. The first time that Brendan and I was up here, we could not believe that there wasn't metal on this, but it's got to have airflow to dry out the tobacco. And here is all these tobacco sticks. Like I said, there's a bunch of them. I don't know how many hundred there is here, but let me show you how this works, okay? This is what I've been told. So they would jab these in the ground out in the field, cut the leaves off, jam the leaves over these, it's my understanding, haul them, fill it up, haul it back here to the barn. As you can see, somebody would stand here with one foot and here with another foot, and all the way up. And so a guy would hand this up to this person, who would hand it up to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, and then they would hang these with the tobacco leaves hanging across each brace all the way up through there. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can imagine a guy on the bottom, guy here, which would be 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5 or 6 guys would do this to hand them up, and then they would sit across there, and with all the air blowing through the barn, would dry the tobacco out. How many days, how many months, I'm not sure. I had to sit in here and dry, but pretty amazing. That's why we had never seen anything like this up in Michigan. So when obviously the first few times we were like, what is up with that barn not having any metal on that barn? So other than that, it really doesn't get used. It's a dirty shame. So I can't imagine how many people, like I said, have had their hands on those sticks over the years and years and years of manual labor. So anyway, this is a tobacco barn up here about a mile from where we live, and so I just thought I'd bring you up here. Kind of neat history down here in Tennessee. So anyway, hey, give me a thumbs up. It doesn't hurt you to give me a thumbs up. And also, if you want to subscribe. I'm getting close to 1,000. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. It's up to you. So anyway, but I do appreciate everybody that watches our channel. And until the next one, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.